All right, so we had discussed maybe not talking about Overwatch League this week, especially because we had so much to say about other sports. Here we are. A lot of stuff happened in Overwatch League free agency. A lot of Dallas Fuel things happened. So the Fuel
making massive moves.
Psych. So Dallas went ahead and got Fearless from the Shanghai Dragons, which I think is huge because Shanghai was so good last year. And the reports were that basically Dallas called Shanghai and said, "What do you want for Fearless?" Shanghai said, "We don't." And then they talked to Fearless, and Fearless was like, "No, I kind of want to go play for Dallas." And apparently other teams had heard, "Oh, well, Fearless is available." And they offered more than Dallas did, but Shanghai respected what Fearless wanted and sent him to Dallas anyway. So
I think Hastro's a winner.
I think your former Outlaws Jexy is now a Dallas Fuel member as well. He's a support player, another Element Mystic type guy. Muse signs with the Gladiators. Shu signs with the Gladiators. Fury leaves the Fusion, and Kariv signs with the Charge.
Oh, Kariv signed with Guangzhou?
That's yeah, and Jerry signed with Washington. Oh, gotta love you some Jerry. Jerry is terrible though. I think
Boston.
The big person that became a free agent in my mind, it was when I can blank on the team name. The Charge, they released some of their players. Happy being one of them. And Happy is regarded as one of the best hit scan DPS in the game. The plot twist to Happy, he played like a month with Element Mystic. So could Happy find himself a Dallas Fuel hit scan player, or does Dallas find Exy on their team because Paris doesn't want to pay him? Both of them elite carry potential.
Or does Houston just not even put out a roster this year?
Ooh, plot twist. But Fury being available came out today, I believe. So the Fusion let Fury go, and Fury's a stud.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting play as well. I guess
Is Poco a free agent?
Poco is not, as far as I know. That they got Mano, and I guess they want to play at a different pace this year, and that's why they let Fury. So they're trying to play at a different pace. They gotta change
something. I mean, they're not winning anything. They're like,
right. They're really, really good, but not winning. Right. And that's how they've been for a while. So
well, I know. So that's why it's like official. Like
the non-Overwatch League little bit of news that did come out recently is that BlizzCon will be in February. And BlizzCon will be free to everyone this year, so you won't have to pay to see the extra stuff. And there should be there will be a Overwatch 2 announcement. And the rumor on the street is after the Overwatch 2 announcement, they're going to make the announcement for a mobile Overwatch game. And the plot twist to that, we did talk about Overwatch being a mobile game would be kind of weird and complicated. But I've heard reports that it may not be a first-person shooter. It may be a Overwatch, like a game that takes place in the Overwatch world, but it's not a shooter. So that could be interesting. I'm not 100% sure what that looked like. I actually did see somebody say that they would love to see a Overwatch Clash of Clans style game. And love me some Clash of Clans. So I'd be all for something like that. I don't know how it would work, but I'm all for it. I'm all for it. All for another Clash of Clans style. But that's just kind of the non-Overwatch League news that has been out. The main topic of Overwatch League that we kind of discussed talking about, kind of hand in hand here. So I saw it once again. You keep seeing it everywhere. There was someone posted something about an esport, and someone commented underneath and said something about Overwatch League, and then someone replied, "Overwatch League is dead," and it got like 200 likes on it. Apparently, the entire esports community thinks that Overwatch League is dead. And I'm torn on that idea of Overwatch League being dead. So we did look it up before the podcast. I believe it was what, a 38% increase. So the grand finals this year had a 38% increase in viewership over the 2019 season. We did discuss the fact that I think because NA played against the Asian teams, that was a big part of why you had such large viewership. You had basically the entire world care about viewership instead of just one market or another. So I think that that's a big play in why that happened. I think that it's also
Shanghai would have made it.
I think that's the direction that Overwatch League needs to go. They need to separate themselves, kind of like how baseball has a National League and American League. You know, everybody, you know, every sport has that kind of two different conferences, two different leagues, whatever. Overwatch League needs to keep doing that. NA teams play NA teams. Let the other side play the other side, and then they meet in some kind of playoff bracket style thing later on in the season. You get your entire community to watch these playoff style brackets, and then you don't have to worry about, you know, if we have to stay virtual for a while, you don't have to worry about ping as much. You know, that was kind of the issue this year, and it does still happen as some of these Korean players are playing for the NA teams in Korea, which is rough. It's rough for those players. But it'll be interesting to see how that goes into next year. But the topic of Overwatch League dying is the idea that seems to be very common. I think it's interesting though, because I've noticed that in all video games, if someone stops playing a game, the game they quit playing is now dying. If I quit playing Fortnite, Fortnite's now dying. I quit playing Call of Duty, I say Call of Duty's now dying. Like, that's kind of the common thing that goes across video games. I got a
question for you.
Yes.
Did the Dallas Empire go on Jimmy Fallon?
No.
But did a San Francisco Shock player go on Jimmy Fallon?
He did. They did twice.
Did
twice.
Do it last year too?
Twice, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of people talking about how Call of Duty's dead.
Right.
But I hear literally anytime anyone mentions Overwatch, it's Overwatch is dead. No one cares. Overwatch was in the best spot. It's been in a great spot for a long time. Ever since we went back, except when May was meta, because just God, playing against May or watching it is boring. It's been a really balanced and good game to watch. And in my opinion, as someone who does not watch every esport, but I do watch a good amount of sports and esports, the broadcast that the North American, English version has for Overwatch is way better
top tier
Call of Duty
situation.
CS:GO.
And they put
good. It's
their team puts in a lot of effort. You know, they do these side shows, they do these intermissions. Like, they really put a lot of effort into everything they do.
They got a couple of good guys, and that's what it took. They got a couple of good guys. They stole one of the Call of Duty guys to be like the good going guy, and then they just did a really good job of finding
ex-players,
the right talent. They got a girl that they have, which it looks like Call of Duty keeps just like cycling because they can't find one that it can stick, and Zoe is just killing it. That's her name, right? Zoe, right? Yeah, she's killing it. Bren does a good job. I like listening to him. They got Reinforce's power rankings. They're all streamers.
They have Custa, who was an ex-pro. They have Jake, who's an ex-pro.
They have Jake, who's an ex-pro and incredibly handsome. So
and Jake was he was the scump of Overwatch League. He is the most popular guy.
Yeah.
When this all started.
And he's also incredibly handsome.
True. Best looking dude.
As a straight man.
Best looking dude. Absolutely.
Yeah. But they got it going on, dude. And so the people want to say it's dying. Like, the viewership looked good. I watched everything. Literally, I would go back and try to watch North American games live if I could. And if I couldn't, I rewatched them. I watched so much Overwatch when it came to the actual matches. I didn't really watch too much in the middle of it. But now that the season's over, I've been watching all the Overwatch League videos. Jason posted a video in chat saying, "Logan, have you seen this?" And I don't think I responded with yes. I think I just watched it and was like, it was sick or something like that. But yeah, I'd seen it because I've been watching all that stuff like the second they drop it. So I'm addicted. I'm not really addicted to playing it. I do very much enjoy playing Overwatch.
I do really like playing
Overwatch League and their broadcast. I mean, I love it. It's amazing. It's fun to watch. It's entertaining.
Some might say that I impulsively buy video games and things for video games, and that really some might say that. Some people whose face might be right next to mine might say that I impulsively buy things. That'd be you.
And everybody who knows
so that's a big factor in why I don't grind Overwatch. I love playing it, but when it comes to video games, I have ADHD like crazy. I hop from game to game to game like crazy. But I love Overwatch at its core, and I love to come back to it all the time. And the community for Overwatch is so toxic. I think that's the worst part about Overwatch is you go on Twitter, you watch these people that stream, you watch these people that post YouTube videos, and 90% of them, all they do is complain the entire time. And it's like all you're doing is creating people that don't want to play your game, people that don't want to watch your esport. And it's like, it's not that bad. Everyone's complaining that like right now, I guess, so the new patch came out. And everyone's like, oh, look, Overwatch is like, oh, hey, we got a really well-balanced game. Well, let's put Brig back into it. And so everyone says that, like, Brig is super broken and she breaks the game and this and that. And it's like, for your casual players, Brig does not break the game.
No.
I understand at the top end, I could see that. But there's also people saying that it's like, they're like, oh, the people that shouldn't be in the game at all are Brig, I don't remember them all, but Widowmaker keeps finding herself in the conversation that people think Widowmaker is an awful character who needs to be changed. How is having a strong sniper need to be changed? It takes tremendous skill to be very, very good at Widowmaker. I'm sorry that you're getting sniped, but that person's really freaking good if they're making a difference. Because if you can't hit your shots, you are completely useless as Widowmaker. You are completely useless if you're garbage. It's outrageous. If the community would just have fun with the game and stop taking it so seriously, I think the game would thrive. And there's a lot of people that I've seen that say Overwatch is a great game if you'd remove ranked play.
I disagree.
I love playing ranked, but I always do find myself by the end of ranked play hating my life.
Well, the issue with this is Overwatch is so different than a game like, let's say, COD casually. Because if I go into a game of Call of Duty and I feel like trying my ass off in a public match, I could do that and still dominate the game. I might lose the game, but I can still have fun and dominate the game. If I'm playing Overwatch and I have 2 of the 6 guys on my team completely lost or just not that good at the game, and I'm not that good, but whatever. Not that good at the game. And the other 6 on the team are all like okay to good players. You're going to get rolled, and it's not even fun because you just get smoked, and you can't make a difference. And it's so hard to be that one guy that makes a difference. And so that's kind of the difference between Call of Duty and like you can go into Call of Duty, you can play a bunch of different game modes and do whatever you want and everyone relax. But in Overwatch, you have to play as a team. If you don't play as a team, you get rolled. And that's what makes it suck to some people. And the fact that you can go on and Call of Duty and relax and play team deathmatch and just team kill everybody. But in Overwatch, you always have to play as a team.
I think the biggest mindset change for me when I played Overwatch consistently and when I play it now is I don't care as much about winning. Like, I'm trying to win, but mostly I'm trying to feel like I played a good game. Like, I want to look at my stats and afterwards be like, you know what? I played pretty well. You know, my shot was pretty good. I made good decisions. Yeah, or I feel like I'm getting better. Yeah, like, I feel like my positioning was not great that game, so I need to work on that. Like, that's where I don't worry about what my teammates are doing. Because that's where you're going to get frustrated. When you start wondering, oh, why isn't my tank doing this? Why isn't my healer doing this? Why aren't my DPS carrying me? Like, that's when you get frustrated. You need to look at yourself and say, what could I have done better that game? And you know what? If you can say, I could not have done anything better that game, then just pat yourself on the back and say, look, I played my butt off that game.
All right, on to the next one.
Right. So, you know, it sucks, but just pat yourself on the back and say, man, I played really well that game.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's hard to do in Overwatch, but yeah, the last couple times I was playing Overwatch, I've been using a bunch of different characters that I haven't really used very much at all. I've been playing, Tracer, Doom, Genji, Ana, and and it's been fun. But because of someone who doesn't play the game, who hasn't played the game that much, and doesn't have, I tend to watch it more than I play it, but intends to just not be that good with some of those more like high skill characters. Like it's nice to see, like patting on your back for just improvement. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I might get like a 3-piece with Doom because the opponent was out of position. I took advantage of it, and I'm hyped about that because before, if I wanted to take advantage of it with Doom, I couldn't even kill one of them, and now I can take out all three. It's just sometimes just like good job, and then learning things as Tracer, like, oh, I get to the back line, I really need to one clip the Zen,
Yeah.
not waste my time with him and then potentially die or have to hit my E and deja vu myself on
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's a mindset issue, but I do think that across all video games, all the complaints that people make about Overwatch's ranked play are the exact same complaints everyone makes about every other game's ranked play. There is no difference in the complaint. My teammates are garbage. This matchmaking system, like it's the same complaint all the time.
And I think Overwatch has done better than any other game because Call of Duty, it's like you go into the ranked play and it's actually garbage. You're ranked with complete randoms that don't even kind of somewhat narrow your match. And two, there's like no penalty.
Right. Oh my goodness, bless you.
Is that loud?
Not really.
Oh, you said, oh my goodness. I was like, oh no, I just like destroyed the mic.
I just like to overreact.
Yeah, I've just been a big fan of Overwatch recently. I think they've done a really good job.
I've always loved Overwatch, whether I'm playing it or not. It's been fun to watch. It's fun to play and go back to. I mean, I don't know. I don't personally see the hate. And I think that some of the hate comes from these people that have put in thousands of hours. And they need to just look at it and say, maybe
I'd be hating.
But I think these people that have thousands and thousands of hours of Overwatch that are making themselves play it and saying, oh my god, I hate it, you just need to take a break from the game. Like, you've burned yourself out and you're still forcing yourself to play. Of course it's going to suck.
A game you played that much.
You're just mad because it's not what you want it to be in that moment. I don't know though, but I think that we have a good amount of content for this podcast. So thank you guys so much. Follow us on the Twitter. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell. That little bell so you know when this video goes live. You'll know every week. We post it every Thursday as long as I remember. And everything goes well. Last week, I rendered the entire video, which takes a while. And then when I went to upload it, it uploaded like instantly. I was like, holy cow, my internet's awesome. Uploaded entirely all black screen for the entire video. So I had to go back, re-render it, re-upload it. We're going to probably render it as soon as we finish it, so that way I know it's done for them. But so yeah, I'm gonna put a little challenge out there. If we get to 10 likes, not a hard challenge, 10 likes on this video, I will do the work to start putting these podcasts available on things like Spotify. I will put in that work if we can get 10 likes on this video. So that's your opportunity to show other people to this video. Let us know what we can do. If you've got any questions about any 3 of the leagues that we cover, let us know in the comments below. You can tweet us, whatever, DM us. We will answer as many questions as we can. If you want to answer it in the video, we can do that also. That'd be really cool. But we do appreciate your guys' support. It's been a lot of fun. Logan, you got anything for him? Or are we out of here?
I'm good, man. My dogs are apparently ready to go. And,
there you go.
Yeah, it's been.
And his dog is named after Winston from Overwatch. So that's where we're going to leave you. Thank you so much, guys. We will see you next time.